We hope you guys will all become champions with us in this work, because it's really important work and people deserve it. And our city is going to be a city of second chances, I hope. That'd be a neat name, wouldn't it? Yeah. Anyway.
I have a question about, so.
Yeah.
Just because it speaks to the work we do on my board for changing homelessness, Sean Gilman.
Yeah, sure.
So, jail, we always say, houses the most homeless people in the city, and also the most with, mental capacities and whatnot, have been reoffended 50, 100 times. So, like, just from, I know you guys are trying to find employment placement, which is kind of the end outcome, which makes sense, but do you ever get involved in that with just how much goes on with just we've tried to work with like the sheriff and the Department of Corrections to figure out how we can do something different rather than just always reoffend these people because that's the only home for them.
Yeah.
Do y'all work with that issue at all much?
Absolutely. I mean, we've even over the last maybe 3 years developed a department. We have our own mental health team now.
Yeah,
downstairs, because it really is a big issue, and a lot of it's co-occurring. You've had trauma, you got toxic shock just from living in poverty, and I didn't mention that, but and Curtis may have. I really believe that the centerpiece of all of this is poverty, because those who are going in the system are coming from the poorest neighborhoods, and then when they leave the system, they become even poorer, if you can even imagine that, and go back into the poorest communities because nobody will hire, and that whole part of it. And so the trauma that happens to a lot of these folks while they're going through and living in communities where there's violence and trauma going on is problematic, and so it is, and that's kind of one of the first things that we in our assessment tool try to really understand. But the jails and the prisons are the largest mental health institutions in America, and so I give our sheriff's office, this administration and the previous administration, they've really worked hard at that issue. A lot of the folks now who have advanced into the top people in the sheriff's office on their own time were making sure that the inmates that were leaving with prescription drugs that they knew they needed, and that was way above and beyond what their job description was. But at 6 in the morning, I know these 2 ladies were there making sure that folks left, because if not, then they go through the psychotic episode, they get rearrested, and that cycle goes. But once again, that's about the idea in America. Let's look at people for who they are. Those should be people that should be patients and not inmates. And that's the part that's important for us to discern as we go forward. But it's huge. Yeah, it's a huge issue. Yeah.